Hey guys, welcome to the Techpoint Africa Podcast. My name is Emmanuel.
I'm Oluwanifemi.
And I'm Bolu.
Yes, it's been an interesting week, a crazy week, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about this new arrangement we have right now. So we're trying to switch things up, make things more interesting, and spice things up. And we're doing this video format. You're getting to see our faces.
That's the advert.
Yeah. Anything you've seen so far, I apologize. You must have seen me doing some kind of weird things on camera. Yeah, I'm not used to it.
Yes.
Same here.
Neither am I.
I'm not.
Yeah, so apologies, but we're new to the show business and we're going to blow. Don't worry.
That's
Last
Watch out for us.
wag my yeah. So what's been going on this week?
I've been breathing.
You've been breathing. That's all. That's all.
It is
It's
That's
something.
all.
It's
it's
quite
like
important.
you don't get like breathing is something because you have access to a dose of God when every day while on this earth. So breathing is something.
So apparently children will soon start coding in Kenya, but you're just here breathing.
Chai.
Everybody should face their
Yeah, so lots of interesting stories today, and the first thing on the menu, the first thing on the agenda is Kenya has it's been a long time coming, but they're rolling out, they are changing their school curriculum and making coding part of the curriculum for primary, secondary.
in a way sounds like long overdue.
Sounds like long overdue. Why do you think so?
Okay, so for years now, we've been trying to embrace the tech uprising. It's uprising the world.
It's a revolution.
And I think we should use that like a revolution, right? And we're always talking about catching them young and stuff, right? So I'd expected this to come earlier because all we knew was computer science. What do you do in computer science? How to type Word or QBasic that year, right? Or just they give you 30 minutes to just sit with a computer and just get to know how to do. But now bringing coding into it's great, and I thought it should have come earlier. For Kenya to do this, I applaud it in a way, and I would love that other African countries take it up also.
Okay.
See, I remember a comment that somebody made, like, should, I don't want to mention the country, that Ministry of Education in a certain country should find a way to remove shorthand from their business studies curriculum, because I can't till today, like I don't know what I use that subject to do.
Use your art button. Why are you hiding the name of the country?
I didn't mention any country's name, but I'm just saying, like, there's some things that are obsolete that should be taken out. But then your children do not even have to wait till maybe they have a summer break. They are learning it now in school. But then I'm worried. You know why I'm worried?
Okay, so you just allow me to snap my neck and carry the conversation.
You
So
want to
I
fight?
wanted to address that part that you're saying is long overdue. But okay, but here's the news. Kenya has rolled out coding as curriculum, but it's the curriculum of their secondary schools and primary schools. But yes, it's part of a bigger plan to digitize the entire country, right? And they have a master plan that spans 2022 to 2032.
Wow.
So alongside this coding curriculum, they want to roll out 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic cables across secondary schools, primary schools, public offices, healthcare hospitals. So of course, you are teaching kids to code. They should be able to use Google and Stack Overflow. Coding people should understand that reference. But apart from that, they also want to do, like, they launch an e-waste facility, so many things. And I think other companies are buying into the whole concept, right? Safaricom, Microsoft, they've partnered with different private companies to actually make this thing make sense. But here is my argument. Must everybody code?
Okay, so
That's
it's
why I
not
snapped my
about
neck, by the way.
okay. We are in a generation where there is a pressure to code.
Why? How? Where? When?
No, when something is just, have you noticed this? When something is just, when people are just getting to know something, right? When people are just getting to know that something is coming up, you don't expect them not to be noisy about it, if that's the word. Like it will be in everybody's faces. That is what is going on here. Tech is a revolution, as I mentioned. So it seems everybody wants to get into it. But then people are missing out the part that there are adjacent careers that you can focus on instead of coding. And these careers are also as important as coding, because coding in isolation will not work without, say, a UI UX designer, right? Or a product manager. They are useless, so to say. You get. So, but what I was going to react to, everybody's not supposed to code. I've said something about that, right?
Yes.
Okay. What I want to react to is that when you see a forward-thinking government, they will think of ways to link every incentive they are talking about together. You get. Now, you want to introduce coding to school. Then you are also thinking of laying fiber optics. Because if you introduce coding and there's no infrastructure to support it, what are you doing? You can't do those kind of things in isolation. Now you are bringing in the infrastructure. Children are learning how to code. By the time they are learning how to code, which industries will they use it? You talked about e-waste. So forward-thinking governments should not just say, there's a buzz around so things. We want to follow this trend, make everything available to make it work. And I think I applaud them again for that, thinking in that aspect. Because if children, they don't have access to internet, how do they code? How do they have access to softwares and other things that they need? You get. So I am very, very grateful. And I wish certain country will take a leaf from this. Certain country I'm not going to mention.
Okay, so that you made very, very, very valid points, right? And yeah, I get you, but my concern is this: in the 1980s, right? What was the profession everybody wanted to be in?
Doctor,
engineer, lawyer. That was what they were pushing children. But is that so? Imagine people who studied those things in that time. Of course, they are still okay today, but that's not what is trending now. So should you be emphasizing a particular course or a particular kind of skill? I feel like
should there be something that should be introduced?
Fundamental things that you should be able to train children to think for themselves.
That is what it's just a part. It's not as if they are cancelling every other thing in the curriculum now.
Yeah, but the curriculum, was it fostering critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, analytical skills? Was it bringing that?
I have a theory, right? So I think one of the reasons
the devil's advocate. Bring it on.
Okay, I think one of the reasons why they are doing something like this is not necessarily. I think the Kenyan government probably envisions a future where you have a lot of people in other professions, but these people can easily integrate whatever they are doing with technology.
Exactly.
So you can be an engineer, and there's a problem because when you look at technology in reality, there's really no aspect of our lives that tech doesn't really come in. If you look at it, well, if you are in medicine, there are probably some equipment that you have to use. There are tech equipment. You have the ultrasound. There are a lot of these things. And as a doctor, it doesn't mean you will not be able to innovate with technology. So I guess that's the kind of future the Kenyan government is envisioning for a lot of people, students. So you're in the bank, you're a banker, you can easily code something up like, okay, we have this issue in the bank. Let's just create a technological solution for these things. So it's not necessarily
focusing
everybody
on
just become a developer. No, you are not a developer, but you have these skills that can help you wherever you are. You are in engineering, you are in banking. So
I agree with
you.
It
makes sense. I mean, they even said they are launching they want to try and revamp their physical addressing system to help e-commerce. It also reminds me of plus code. So people in the logistics space,
Google plus codes.
Yeah.
Right. It's usually not something. Addressing system is something that government have not really been paying attention to.
Okay.
It's big tech that are trying to help us out. When in 2020, Google introduced plus codes. That is like a 7-character code that describes like the exact location that you are. Like 1 meter from you might have a totally different code. Just generate 7 character code for the exactly that. When you send it to someone, the person can get exactly where you are. And it's nice that a government is taking into consideration on developing that and making it better. Then here is up to something. If it's not just for news, if it's not just for the gram, then they are up to something, because I don't trust government too much.
So crazy that we are talking about plus codes, but talking about Google in general, I think they've been up to a number of things, so many things in Africa recently. But they just made another announcement that should be familiar. But before we talk about that, let's take a message from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Abisola Adenoga, the head of business at Techpoint Africa. Did you know that you could present yourself as a reputable brand leader? Did you know that your business can get the limelight it deserves? Now you do. Using Techpoint Africa's marketing tools, we can put you in the faces of a large audience for brand awareness and thought leadership. To do this, reach out to us by sending an email to business@techpoint.africa or click on the link in the description below.
Hey guys, welcome back. And I wanted to say welcome back to the Techpoint Africa Podcast. That was not out of place now.
It was. Yes, why did you stop yourself?
It's still the Techpoint Africa Podcast.
So I wanted to say welcome to the Techpoint Africa Podcast.
Okay, not welcome back.
But it was welcome back I wanted to say, but I thought it was welcome back.
It's okay, we get you.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah. So Google has announced that they've launched Equiano in South Africa. So for the uninitiated, Google's Equiano is a subsea internet cable that aims to connect Africa to the internet. That is in simple terms, right? It's supposed to increase internet speeds and make it cheaper. So here's what happens most of the time, not most of the time, nearly all the time. Subsea internet cables are what connect Africa, all the continents of the world, to the internet. So there are these very, very tiny piece of fiber cables running along the bottom of the ocean, connecting Africa to, say, Europe, Africa to Google. So someone who created a website in the US, say Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, that cable helps you access Facebook very, very seamlessly. And with that kind of cable, you're able to access it faster than you would have if waves were the ones carrying. Just imagine waves moving across the ocean, how much disruptions will happen in the process. But with that cable, it's just straight to the point. So with cables, you now have things like data centers. So data centers are like very, 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 very huge tech facilities so instead of you moving from Lagos to California to access Facebook, Facebook brings everything to Lagos, to that data center. So your internet does not have to travel all the way to US before you can access it. So it's still faster.
Yeah, it's faster.
And the companies that are helping you access the internet, the MTNs, the main ones of this world, they don't have to pay more for you to be able to access something like Facebook or YouTube. So that's what's happening. And they just launched it in South Africa. And Google is saying it's going to reduce South Africa's data cost by 16% at least. At the very, very least.
That's what South Africans are concerned about. All the ones you've been saying since, not concern anybody.
No, but imagine you are watching YouTube and it's buffering. How do you like it? Or you're watching Netflix and it's buffering.
It's really
no,
annoying.
I get. I'm not saying it's not very important. I'm just saying it's as long as it's reducing cost.
The cost of data.
That's all that matters.
Is that what matters the most? And I don't really care how much it costs.
We're saying the same thing.
No, I just mentioned how it helps it get faster. Your signal is not traveling all the way to the US.
Okay, that is important. But for me, cost is important. That's what I want to see.
Cost is important.
Yes.
What's more important for you, Emmanuel?
Right now, I don't. I'm like some
Bro.
people will say I'm proud. Right?
Bro.
It's the speed, right?
It's speed.
For me, same here.
Yeah, speed is. I'm not saying speed is not
Speed.
important. As if you want to put it on a level, what will you say?
I think I'll
It's
choose
tech
more
bros. People are
expensive
proud.
internet that is fast.
It's cheap internet I'll be looking at. Not now in my current economic state.
But when?
When I was in the trenches.
Mm.
Have I left the trenches? Please, I have not left the trenches.
Before they go and block you. But I'll start billing you.
Don't bill me. I'm still semi-trenches. No, I'm just when I was deep into these trenches.
When I was deep in the trenches, I was... Should I say this on air? But I was using things like Simple Server, Siphon, Proxy.
I know.
Because for speed, Abby.
Not for speed, for free internet.
And that was so
free.
What will
Not
concern
cheap,
somebody that is in the trenches that they are trying to get to use the internet, which is the reason behind all this.
But
they are connecting African.
Even when I was using it for free, if the proxy I'm using is not fast, I'm going to go and change the proxy to something that is faster.
It's still free.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to say for what people that they are trying to get connected to the internet are actually looking for is the cost. Is the cost which is lesser is what we attract them to use it. I'm not saying the speed is not important. I'm just putting it on a scale. Putting it on a scale. What will actually bother them. Yeah. I'm speaking for people
let's agree to disagree.
I can not very
okay. Let's just agree to disagree, like Bolu said, right? So data costs, like 1 gig of data right now costs $2.67. That's about 44 South African rand. So if we should believe what Google is saying, at least you should reduce to 2.2 or 35 rand. It doesn't look like much, but it's still something, right? And when you're growing up, it even gets cheaper. So 10 gig of data, when you really do the math, it's actually cheaper than just buying 1 gig of data 10 times. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. And yeah, these initiatives are actually meant to give you like basic internet. All those things you do with the internet often, like chatting, like watching Netflix and watching YouTube. That meant to make it easy, right? So the subsea cable, it launched in Nigeria, it launched in Namibia, it launched in Togo. So yeah, it's quite. I can't wait to see what the economic effects will be. They say it will create like 1 million jobs. Okay. 1.6 million. Interesting. Okay, but
I'm hopeful for the plan that these big techs have for Africa.
Yeah, I'm hopeful.
I'm hopeful for. I know it will pay them. It will pay off for them eventually. But I'm looking at a time when it will really, really pay off. That it will be very visible that everything they are doing to get the connected Africa to work out.
Yeah,
still for their own.
I know it's the capitalism stuff,
but
yeah, people will still benefit, of course.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to something that's still in line with this whole accessing the internet. So if you start using WhatsApp in the early days, you know that WhatsApp has improved a lot. So far, so good. And on one hand, there is the activities of subsea cables, like I just mentioned now, Ifemi. But on the other hand, WhatsApp has been introducing a number of features, and they are also introducing features that should be of interest to Nigerians, I guess.
Yes, not just Nigerians. I think for many WhatsApp users, because for the first time, it's not the first time, but for the first time that I'm noticing, WhatsApp is taking into consideration users' concerns and implementing it into their product. You'll be excited about this feature I want to mention.
Okay.
WhatsApp is introducing a feature, I think it should be ringing a bell right now, that allows you to leave a group without anybody noticing. No, what just came to my mind right now was the recent group purge that I did recently. I did one group purge recently. I just looked at all the group that I was in and I started leaving. Like, I didn't put myself in the state of mind. I just wanted to leave. I just left. Then I getting message from the owners of those groups. I Nifemi. I said, you people, you want to come and ask me? I waited for like 2 days before I replied those people. So they will not come with it. So when I heard this news that WhatsApp is introducing this, like, thank you. So you are concerned about my privacy. To a large extent, I think this is a privacy issue. Because to start with, I was scheduled into some of these groups because I was emotionally blackmailed to be in those groups. Now, if I can leave, I remember that WhatsApp had a feature then that don't allow anyhow person to add you to a group. You can set it on your WhatsApp. You set it, only people that you are friends with can add you to a group. Other people, you have to get an invite from them for them to add you to that group. It was nice, but then people, before you know it, you say somebody's contact, they're already your friend, they will just add you. But this particular one, WhatsApp announced recently that a new privacy feature is coming. So you can leave a group without announcing it to the world. That thing is so annoying. Anyways,
why are you excited about that though? Why would anyone be excited about that? I don't get it personally. If I want to leave, I will leave. I don't care what you think.
No, it's not everybody. It's not like you. It's not everybody that have a stone. It's not everybody that have a stone at like some of us.
Stone
like family group. No, let's talk about family groups now.
Okay.
When they add you to an extended family group, you want them to be blaming your African setting. They will be blaming your parent that they brought up a black sheep. Why will you leave an extended family group? I've been in one family group that I am like this. I'm eliminating this feature. Anyways, it's everybody don't have access to this feature yet. So WhatsApp will prompt you when they feel you are ready to use that feature.
Okay.
WhatsApp, if you can hear this, please onboard me quickly. Thank you very much. So for now, the impact is still limited, but I'm excited about it. If you're excited about it, I think you should just comment on this because I'm very excited about it.
If you think there's no point, please comment too.
Yes, because I'm a fan of the this feature that people don't know that you are online. That feature, I'm a fan of it. I've been using it for a while. When you view my status, I don't care to see it. When I view your status, I don't care. I don't want you to see it. I'm fine. I just want my privacy.
Turn off receipts, right?
Yes, I've turned off receipts. So, in coming days, this in August, if we should be expecting some people to have access to that feature, right? And I'm excited about it. Very excited.
Yeah.
Very, very excited.
WhatsApp has really been putting, they've been coming up with a lot of privacy features lately. Yeah, there's the read, I think, where people can only read your messages once. There's also the feature where you can send
disappearing messages,
media file, pictures, disappearing messages.
Yes,
and
you can
only
set it
see
like a
once.
week and it will disappear.
I think
one
are
of
good.
the features they wanted to introduce is to block screenshots.
Exactly.
Disappearing messages.
Exactly.
Blocking screenshots. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yes, like it's a privacy setting too, because on some bank apps you can set it that you can't screenshot.
True.
My bank
you can't
apps,
even screenshot on Netflix, for
My
example.
own bank didn't give me a choice.
Netflix didn't inform us before they stopped that screenshot. If you screenshot on Netflix, you will see a blank page. You only see the subtitle. But I think
crazy.
Screen record,
you won't see anything. You will just see blank screen
before
and subtitles.
Before
but you hear the audio.
Interesting. I don't know. I don't know about the privacy for that one, but this one that WhatsApp is talking about is something.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, for mental health purposes and all of that. There are some groups that you just I get it. That's why I'm not remorseful when I leave. That's the main reason, because my mental health is important. Don't worry. Calm down. My mental health is important, right? So that's why we're asking you to fill a survey form from Intelligence by Techpoint. So yes, we're trying to gain data on healthcare facilities or healthcare delivery in Nigeria. So we're going to be putting the link in the description. So just reach out and click on the link, fill the form like you should, and let us know, or if you have any questions or comments about this whole thing about mental health, insurance, health services. That's the whole other conversation we should talk about some other days. Ideas. So that's an interesting one, and let's move on. So we've talked about how these chats, real-time messaging platforms are improving. Then let's move on to another topic about video. You mentioned Netflix. They don't allow you screenshots. Now, one of Netflix's major competitors is about to launch in Nigeria.
Yes. So
is he about to?
They are here already. So Amazon Prime Video is telling Nigerians now that we are here in Nigeria, according to their Twitter page. And yes, so if the only reason why you have a VPN is because you want to watch Amazon videos, well, you can throw your VPN subscription away because now they are live in Nigeria. And if you're a big fan of shows like The Boys, All or Nothing, then you should really be excited about this. And
you did your face somehow when you said The Boys. Why?
Yes,
no The Boys slander.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So Amazon Prime Video is in Nigeria, and you can now pay with it with your Naira, and you don't really need a VPN to watch Amazon Prime if that is what you've been doing. So in terms of prices, it's actually quite cheaper than Netflix. It's around $4. That's 2,300 Naira. While Netflix basic plan is 2,900 Naira. That's around $6.90 something cents. So it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, but I really don't see the point of this. I don't really see the point of it. Is it that The Boys is that The Boys All or Nothing are so great? I've not seen them, but I don't know. Have any of you guys seen them?
So I don't think we should focus on. Let's get our focus right.
You don't want me to have my pound of flesh or what?
No, wait. Did I hold you not to talk? Let me say my own now.
Okay.
I think we should not focus on the content. I think we should focus on the market.
Don't let their fans catch you. I've seen them talk about.
I'm not. Oh, they're not getting me right.
Okay,
I'm not saying there's nothing in The Boys or All or Nothing.
Okay.
I'm saying the reason why Amazon Prime decided to be available for Nigerians is majorly for the market, right? They believe that the Nigerian market is ripe for the kind of content they produce.
But somehow PayPal does not. But let's move on.
Yeah, we understand their sentiment.
Interesting.
About Africans.
Yeah, and there's
Why did I
actually a
just
lot
whisper
of.
that? What I'm just trying to say is that it's not about The Boys,
Okay.
All or Nothing.
Okay.
It's about the market.
So what's so special about the market, the video market? For instance, Netflix still doesn't have up to 50,000 subscribers
Yeah,
in Nigeria. Do they?
we have an article on that.
Right?
So what's so special about the market? What's so ripe about it? 50,000.
So judging, if you want to judge by the highest used video streaming platform like Netflix, you will not do anything. If you want to say you want to go by the metrics of one company, you will not enter that market. So for at least for Netflix, for Nigerians to still be using Netflix, it means it is still a viable market for any other video streaming platform. So Amazon Prime coming to Nigeria is a good move for them, because no matter how small the market is, there will always be a fraction that will use you.
Anyway, I don't know why I'm not so much excited about it from a consumer perspective, right? I mean, I get the whole business case. Oh, new markets, let's explore. But unless you mentioned something about VPN, and I want to make sure that I heard you correctly.
Okay.
Most of their shows are not usually available in Nigeria.
Okay, so according to what they said, you have access to around 20,000 original Amazon TV shows.
Okay.
So 20,000 is a lot. So I'm sure your favorites, you can see watch some of the best ones.
That's a vague thing to say, because I mean, a few months ago we subscribed to Amazon. The adverts we were seeing about Amazon Prime shows before we subscribed were different from when we now finished subscribing. The only thing I saw was The Boys, honestly.
Wow. For Nigerians.
I'm not saying that's the only thing that was there. I'm just saying the only thing that attracted me to Amazon. Once I finished The Boys,
that was because I think it was The Boys that led you to Amazon Prime.
It's like
I think it's a popularity thing. If you've been a fan of Amazon, you will definitely find that. Sometimes I will just enter Netflix as a fan. I don't know what to watch.
Yeah,
I'll just tell Netflix suggest. There's the feature on Netflix that suggests what you should watch. Just show me a movie, and from my previous watches, it will be able to tell me this is what you will like. So it's a popularity thing. If it's something you care for, right? Yeah. It will be something you definitely get content that fits your taste.
Yeah, and in terms of market, there's actually a research that shows that there could actually be a very large market for Amazon Prime. I think the research company is Digital TV Research, and they said that by the end of 2022, there will be around 5 million on-demand subscription subscribers, like streaming platform subscribers in Africa. And they're even saying that
what are the metrics?
by 2026, there will be around 15 million. There will be around
What's all this
15 million.
optimistic?
So I guess before Amazon, Netflix, Disney Plus, before they decided to do Disney Plus in Nigeria, but it's in Africa. Before they decided to enter the continent, I'm sure they've done their research, which sometimes are not usually. I don't really know much about the.
And with this now, with this kind of expansion, so to say, there will be more originals for Nollywood. Exactly. Yeah. So then that will attract us to it more.
Okay,
but I don't know if I will be able to manage to video streaming subscriptions.
I know I won't have to. I will just have to stick to one.
I will stick to one actually. Then when another season of The Boys or Invincibles come out, I'll just go and watch them. Leave for that one.
That's not good news.
Yeah, but if they start making crazy Nollywood shows, well, let's see how it goes. But about that report you're talking about,
I don't know their metrics.
It reminds me of one other report that they are doing forecasts for marketplace, buy now pay later startups. Then I asked them, okay, I saw the companies they featured. I reached out to the founders. The founder said, the way I see them. Sorry, I'm speaking pidgin. But that was what the founder told me. Say the way you saw it, that's why I saw it. So yeah, I'm taking most of these reports with a pinch of salt, but which is why the work we're doing with intelligence at Techpoint is very, very important. Very, very, very quality data from the source. So yeah, that's an interesting one. And did we miss any other story? Hope we didn't.
Snapchat.
Important story. Snapchat.
What do you mean? I feel like smacking you. Snapchat story is important because I've just touched on it.
What is one important thing that they did?
They are trying to protect the safety of children online.
Oh, okay.
But they have existing features that help them to do that. But there's a new feature that like an elderly person would be able to monitor how their children use the app. The feature is called Family Center, but then it can only be implemented if the parents and the Snapchat user, when the parent is invited into that family group. Like I wrote a story late last year about how you can help your kids to stay safe online, and there was a very similar trend that cuts across all. If as an underage I'm registering for a particular app and I'm not telling them I'm underage, how would they know? So it still boils down to the user, the kid, right? If I say I don't want this, but it's okay that these companies are putting all this into place.
Yeah, right? They are doing their parts. Yeah,
they are doing their parts. We'll link to that article in the description, because when parents don't know, they become irresponsible to others, but it's because they don't know, right, on how their kids use online platforms that are filled with random people that you as a parent don't know. But it just boils down to the kid. Do you want to be safe online? When you want to be safe online, you will not mind that your parent is able to monitor what you do online through all these features that is in that article that you will see. So a good one from Snapchat. This is not the first time they are bringing features that will help kids to be safe, but I think that's what we missed.
Okay, yeah, no notable comments about that. That's an interesting move, and yeah, let's know what you think in the comments wherever you're watching this: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter people. Well,
to let them come for you.
What do they want to do?
Okay, what's the beef?
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, yeah, LinkedIn. And of course, anywhere else you get the podcasts, Bolu, hit us.
Yes, you can find us on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and anywhere else you get your podcast.
Did you find a replacement? in case if Bolu is not, I should be able to do Google. That thing, I don't know.
It has to come from your heart. Like, you have to feel it.
Bye bye, people.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.